I've previously made a video discussing Alrecchino's abilities and details, but unfortunately the translation was a mess, making it sound like she was just a copy of Hu Tao. However, it turns out that it was a misunderstanding. Plus, I'm sure those mistranslations really threw you off. They kept using terms like Among Us and sussy imposter. Among Us, sussy imposter, Mungus is sussy imposter, bond of life. It was funny. Now that everything is corrected, Alrecchino is nothing like Hu Tao. In fact, she feels like a completely new character with an impressive kit. I genuinely hope they don't make any changes to her abilities and damage multipliers. Her kit and damage multipliers are incredibly impressive. That's the 4th Fatui Harbinger for you. Tomorrow is the expected release of version 4.5, so we might get to see her gameplay unless the delay of 4.6 beta is real. But anyways, we will talk about every aspect of Alrecchino, covering her kit, constellations, weapon stats, talents, and even some of her animations. From what I've gathered, she seems like a must-pull character for me, and you will see why I said that real soon. Let's start with the video. At level 90, Alrecchino has a base stats of 342 attack, 12,103 GP, 765 defense, 38.4% crit damage. Oh, so that means when you level up Alrecchino, she gains crit damage upon ascension. For her normal attacks, when Alrecchino's bond of life is at 30% or higher of her maximum HP, she gains a 40% pyro damage bonus. This will also infuse her normal, charged, plunge attacks with pyro that cannot be overwritten. This means her attacks will deal additional pyro damage, plus infusing her weapon with pyro. When Alrecchino is in the In Praise of Shadows stance, her normal attacks are transformed into Feast of Red Death. So, what does this all do? Basically, while she is in the Feast of Red Death stance, hitting enemies with normal attacks will increase the damage of the attack. The damage increase is calculated based on Alrecchino's attack stat multiplied by a percentage of her current bond of life. Using this increased damage will consume 5.5% of her current bond of life. She may only deduct her bond of life this way every 0.05 second. At talent level 10, Feast of Red Death multiplier is 235%. For elemental skill, Alrecchino deals pyro damage to multiple enemies nearby, and one enemy will be specifically targeted with a dash and slash, causing AoE pyro damage, and this AoE pyro damage will then deal damage to all the enemies nearby. When the slash hits the targeted enemies, it applies a debuff called Blood Debt Decree to that enemies. Basically, the Blood Debt Decree effect will last for 30 seconds, and every 3 seconds the enemy is dealt pyro damage with up to 3 instances during the 30-second duration. Now that you know what Blood Debt Decree is, let's continue with the skill. After the dashing slash is completed, Alrecchino is cleared of any bond of life. So after she deals damage with her skill, the bond of life effect will be cleared. After the clearing of bond of life, the ability triggers something called Nourishment of Ashes. This seems to be another stance or state that Alrecchino enters. While in the Nourishment of Ashes stance, Alrecchino's HP is healed by 100% of the cleared bond of life. In summary, her skill involves dealing pyro damage to multiple enemies, with a specific targeting mechanism for one enemy that includes applying a debuff. After the slash, Alrecchino undergoes a transformation into the Nourishment of Ashes stance, during which her HP is healed based on the amount of bond of life cleared. At talent level 10 stats, the slash has 240.4% damage and the cooldown is 15 seconds. Now for her burst, it's pretty straightforward. Alrecchino dances, then she snaps her fingers and releases her wings of Bloodfire and Balamoon, providing Alrecchino with a 15% max HP bond of life and dealing AoE pyro damage. At level 10, talent burst is at 666.7% and the cooldown is 15 seconds. The energy cost is 60. Now for her talents. Talent 1. When defeating an enemy with Blood Debt Decree, it gives Alrecchino a bond of life of 70% max HP. In addition, Blood Debt Decree will have different stacks. On enemies, it will start at 1 and increase 1 stack every 3 seconds. Depending on the stack when recovered, it will provide Alrecchino a bond of life by 20%/25%/70% max HP. Talent 2. For every 100 attack above 1000 attack, Alrecchino gains 1% all elemental RES and physical RES, up to a maximum of 20%. Talent 3. In battles, Alrecchino can only recover HP from herself. Outside of battles, this is removed. Constellations, C1. Whenever Alrecchino's Feast of Red Death normal attacks hit, there is a 1/3 chance that she doesn't consume any Bond of Life, and instead will obtain a Bond of Life by 5% max HP. C2. Alrecchino Blood Debt. Decree's rank will start at rank 2. When recovering rank 3 Blood Debt Decree stacks, she will summon a Balamoon Blood Calamity, dealing 900% of Alrecchino's attack as AoE pyro damage. This effect has a cooldown of 10 seconds. C3. Normal attack talent plus 3. C4. Alrecchino's Burst will now provide Alrecchino with a 25% max HP Bond of Life, from an original of 15%. When hitting any enemy with her Burst, it will increase Blood Debt Decree stack on the enemy by 1. In addition, when recovering Blood Debt Decree, the cooldown of her Burst will be reduced by 2 seconds and recover 15 energy. This effect can take place every 10 seconds. C5. Burst talent plus 3. C6. Increase the damage of the slash from elemental skill by Alrecchino's attack, x 500% of the current Bond of Life she has. In the 20 seconds after using elemental skill, her normal attacks and burst will have its crit rate and crit damage increased by 10% and 70% respectively. This can take place every 15 seconds. Alrecchino's signature weapon, Figure of the Crimson Moon. It has 672 attack, 22.1% crit rate. When a charged attack hits an enemy, provide a Bond of Life by 25% of max HP once every 14 seconds. Also, when Alrecchino has her signature weapon, it turns into a sickle, but other characters don't. Looks like she is the only person who can use this weapon. Alrecchino Idol. Pose 1. Alrecchino sits on a chair that magically appears out of thin air, then starts flashing stars. We all wish she actually started flashing in the other way, huh? But anyways, jokes aside, you see why she is a must-pull for me now. She is the perfect character for me, including her design, personality, and even her gameplay. I can't wait to see her actual gameplay tomorrow, and let's not hope the beta gets delayed. It will ruin the hype. That's everything we know about Alrecchino so far. I really hope nothing changes about her kit or anything. It's so perfect for her. I apologize for the mistranslation in my previous video, but I tried my best to explain what I got from it, which completely messed everything up. But I hope I explained well in this video. We also have some information about version 4.6 banners, events, and new map. But I will make a new video talking about all those after getting more information about the map. So better turn on the notifications. What do you think? Will you still pull for Alrecchino? Let me know down in the comments below. Until next time.